Hello everybody and welcome to a new Jurassic World Evolution 2 live stream. It is very exciting to be here. My name is Erik. I am part of the community team here at Frontier, and it is my pleasure to be your host for the next hour or so, maybe around like 90 minutes, as we check out some of the new stuff coming to Jurassic World Evolution 2. It's going to be very interesting. We have announced the Camp Cretaceous Dinosaur Pack and Update 2. And that's what we're mainly going to be focusing on this stream. Update 2 specifically, that is. But maybe you'll get to see some Camp Cretaceous stuff as well. Who knows? We'll see where the stream takes us. But we are certainly very, very excited to bring you both the stream and the new content in Update 2 and in the Camp Cretaceous Dinosaur Pack. So before we do anything else, let's take a quick look over at chat to see who we've got here. Heather G is here, of course. Jurassic Tyrant King. Shout outs to the Jurassic World Evolution 2 forums. Fluffy Panda 11 says hello. Paleo Boot says hello. Oh, there's a lot of people watching. This is very, very exciting. I love to see it. Love to see it. Love to see it. Magic Smash says hello. The Park Insider is here. Yeah, it's amazing. Loads and loads of people. Loads of flags in chat. I see people from Canada, from Brazil, from all over the world. I do like to see it. So yeah, if you haven't already, please check out the Update 2 deep dive that we have posted on our forums. If our lovely mods can put that in chat, that would be very, very good. And yeah, today we're going to be showcasing what you'll get to see in Update 2. And to do that, I have two amazing guests with me. Number one, joining me on the sofas, it's Lucy Hicks.
Hello.
Hi, Lucy. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. That's first stream, so it's very exciting.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's your first stream. How does it feel?
Feels scary, but you know, here we are.
Don't worry, we're going to take good care of you,
yep.
And the chat's going to take good care of you as well. But yeah, for those who don't know you, why don't you quickly introduce yourself?
Sure. Yeah, so I'm a producer, which basically means I look after a few different teams and a few different areas of the game. And I'm basically there to facilitate everyone doing their best work, making sure that we all know how we're getting from A to B and how we're implementing these cool new features.
Cool, yeah. So while the players are the dinosaur wranglers, you're sort of the human wrangler.
Exactly.
Of the dev team, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, how are you feeling about the free update and the Camp Cretaceous Dinosaur Pack? Has it been exciting to work on this?
Yeah, it's been super exciting. It's been really amazing over the last few days seeing all of the positive excitement from the community, and it just makes it so worth it, you know, putting in all this hard work and all this thought goes into it, and then to see everyone be so excited and so to be received so positively is really, really great.
Definitely, there's been a lot of just, exciting chatter on our forums, on Reddit, on our social channels. Like, people have been amped up about both this update and the Camp Cretaceous Dinosaur Pack. Do you have sort of a favorite feature from the free update? I mean, we're going to talk about some of it already, but is there something already that you're really looking forward to people getting their hands on? Yeah,
for me, I'm a bit of a builder. I really like to go into game and just make some really beautiful little scenes, and you can already do that with the existing tools, but I think all of the new decorations I'm really excited about. Without giving too much away, I think we've got a really good range of different pieces to go with different eras, and lets the players tell lots of different stories with that and be really creative.
We definitely do. So I'm looking forward to a lot of that stuff as well. But yeah, and speaking of the people you're wrangling, joining us on the computer at the green screen, it's Rich Newbold. How's it going, Rich?
I'm good. I cannot be wrangled.
I mean, that's true. We know this. We try.
Cannot be shackled. Yes, I'm over here by the green screen. Today I made sure not to wear a white top so that the chroma key doesn't make me into a ghost.
It's very, very good.
Being joined by the mosasaur, which is lovely.
Yeah, and I think the mosasaur, it's almost a sort of contiguous loop, because when it's in your background, it's on the foreground here. Oh wait, no, yeah, never mind. See, now it's on your background and it's on our background as well. I think that's very...
We have lots of fun with the green screen.
Yeah, it's really good. But yeah, for those who don't know you, who are you and what do you do?
So I'm Rich Newbold. I'm the game director on Jurassic World Evolution 2, and I'm the guy at the top. I'm the one that kind of has full accountability of what's in the game, what we're going to be doing, when we're going to be doing it, what kind of direction we want to take the game and all the content, and I'm the one that kind of decides all of that, really, and I work alongside Lucy and the production team and the rest of the team to when we can do it and when and how we make it happen, really. But yeah, I'm the one that kind of sits at the top, and I get to do lots of lovely live streams.
Yeah, I mean, as that you enjoy doing, right? Hint, hint.
Yes, I love doing that. No, they are great. It's like my third in the last few months. I think they're always great, especially I've recovered from the Jurassic Challenge level one that I did
Yes.
Last time.
That was a fun one.
When we got out of that, me and Tim kind of like, it was like, whew, that could have gone in so many different ways, and thankfully it was a nice, enjoyable experience. And it was disastrous, but not like fully disastrous. So, yeah, it was lots of fun. And I'm here again now. I'm looking forward to showing everyone what we've been working on. And
yeah, has this been exciting for you?
It is very exciting. What's been kind of tough is being sat on these live streams, kind of knowing what's coming.
Yeah.
And not saying anything about it. And we do that for a reason. We want to kind of have these big moments when we get closer to the launch of these things. And now I'm finally here to show everyone what we've been working on as a team and kind of show you all that exciting stuff that you've kind of seen in word and picture form. But now we've got a live version of the game and we're gonna go through it, I think.
Yeah, a lot of excited people in chat. I see there's a comment here saying, "Good sir, please get to the content." We will. Not to worry. You will get to see. Everything that Update 2 has to offer, or at least as much as we can pack into this live stream. And but yeah, Rich, is there anything that you're particularly looking forward to in this? This
I really like the first-person view. That's the thing in this update that I'm really enjoying, because we've built the game. The game is a management game. You're predominantly kind of going from that traditional God view. That's how you're running these parks. We have those moments where you're taking control of the vehicles and kind of chasing after those rampaging T-Rexes whilst you're in the helicopter, or being chased by one in one of the ranger teams. But the first-person view kind of gets you on the ground. You can now walk around your park. You can interact with some buildings, and it's been great for giving you another point of view for what your parks are doing and what's going on. And I think it's been great to add that extra layer of interaction as well with what's going on. So yeah, that's the one that's kind of, it's just changed in some of the parks I've been building. It's just changed the kind of the ambience of them a bit as well.
Oh, really?
Because some of these dinosaurs are terrifying, and they're huge, and some of them are huge, and you get that good scale of perspective as well when you kind of at the foot level of, say, a Brachiosaurus.
Yes.
And kind of going, oh wow, that thing's really big.
Yeah.
Because when you're quite high up in the camera, you might not notice the difference in scale as much, but now you definitely can, because you're quite small.
For sure. Yeah. It's when you're down on the ground that you realize how big some of these animals actually were, and how how to scale we've recreated them in the game as well. All right, so but yeah, update 2. It's quite a sizable update. There are numerous changes coming to the game. I think we're just going to switch over to the game view where we've got a sandbox park up and running. And so yeah, I pre-built this park. What do you think, Rich? Is it okay? Is it to your standards?
Pitched it as adequate.
Adequate, yeah. There's some curves now.
As we met before the stream, I was applauding Jens on his curvature of his fences.
Thank you.
Because historically, I don't do nice curves in my parks, and it's now a running gag that in every park I do on a stream, they're functional fences, but
Yes.
I really like the curvature on this.
I think the curvature on the right there is a bit better than the curvature on the left. I don't know. What do you think, Lucy?
It's quite nice. But
you can be the tiebreaker. Yeah, that too.
It's a nice
But
touch.
I did that on purpose.
the fences are secondary to everything we've got in this park. So don't worry. Let's not focus on the fences.
But yeah, so there's stuff happening in sandbox mode, and I think first off we should say that starting with update 2 coming out on March 8th, all dinosaur skins and patterns are going to be available by default when you're starting a new sandbox level. So there's no longer a need to unlock them by playing through certain levels or challenge mode or anything like that. You will still have to play through challenge mode for the cosmetic rewards, so the dinosaur skins and the patterns are there, pattern colors are in there. And yeah, buildings and building upgrades are also going to be unlocked by default. So you can now just jump into a sandbox, immediately start building if you so want to. It should be mentioned that we're not getting rid of era restrictions. They will still apply. So if you choose to build in the Jurassic Park era, then you will still only be building into the Jurassic Park era buildings. Yes. So but yeah. So we did get a lot of feedback from players saying that you would like this feature to be in the game, and so we are now bringing it to you in update 2. But I also know that some of you out there still want to do the research, you want to do the expeditions, all that fun stuff. And there's also something in Update 2 for you. So Rich, if you could head over to Sandbox Settings for me.
Of course, of course.
And then scroll all the way to the bottom. So, Lucy, could you quickly run us through how this works?
Sure.
Because research and expeditions are going to be available to you in Sandbox mode from Update 2.
Yep, so you can now do all of your expeditions in Sandbox. You can unlock all of your fossils and extract all of your DNA from them. So if you've got expeditions and fossils on, you'll be able to go to your science centre and your expedition centre, and you'll have a whole range of expedition sites for you to go and explore. And if you've got it turned off, you won't have those at all. You'll just have 100% of your dinosaur genome available to you. If you've previously had it off and then you turn it on, is that the right way around?
I believe so, yeah.
Or off and then on. Anyway, you'll go straight back to what you had previously. So if you were partway through researching a dinosaur, wanted to try it with it on and then turn it back off again, you won't lose that research. You'll just go back to the genome percentage that you had before. So you can turn it on and off at will.
I think it's a good idea to have it sort of toggleable on the fly, because I also know that sometimes you want to try to experiment a little bit and then maybe you're thinking, oh, I don't like that, I'm going to flip back again and play it the way I did.
Or you could toggle it on, get a specific dinosaur you want and then turn it back off
and
again.
Make a bit of money from it and then you can turn it all back again. So now with expeditions and fossils turned on, if you go apply this and go out of Sandbox Settings and go to one of our hatcheries, Rich, we can take a look at what that looks like. And just click Synthesize Dinosaur. And then basically, now all of this needs to be, all this DNA needs to be extracted by expeditions, and all of the dig sites for these dinosaurs has to be researched as well. I think there's some of them sort of unlocked by
you'll start
default.
with a basic amount, and then, as Lucy explained, you'll then research these dig sites and then unlock them as well. So you can now kind of recreate that experience of progressing through the different dig sites and the research trees as you can do in some of the other modes, but in Sandbox mode. So it allows you to kind of bring in some of that gameplay as well.
And I wanted to ask you, Rich, if this also applies to live capture, because I know that we have that gameplay feature in challenge mode.
Yes, I think you put me on the spot. I believe it does apply to live capture as well.
All right, and so all of this. If we then go back to, I think we can also take a quick look at the research screen. Because then, all of the research will be here. Some of it will be unlocked already to give you some, a baseline, basically, for expeditions and things like that. But everything else, you have to start from scratch, build your way up, earn money, have your dinosaurs be released into your parks, and you go from there.
Yeah, since the game came out, we've had lots of great feedback from the community about the kind of experiences they want in Sandbox mode. And even though we set out with a direction with the game originally, we've been listening to that feedback, and we wanted to kind of bring you those experiences that you've been asking for since launch, which is why we've been making these changes to the dinosaurs and the buildings availability in Sandbox mode. So as Jens said, they're now there off the bat. You don't need to kind of do any unlocks or progression in any of the other modes. You can do that. And adding those extra gameplay elements, such as the research and the expeditions and fossils. So you'll now have a lot more levers to cultivate the kind of sandbox experiences that you want in your sandboxes.
And I think also for the purposes of this stream, we want to turn expeditions and research off, so we have access to everything. But while we're on this screen, I think eagle-eyed viewers out there may have noticed that there's also a toggle now for scientists on and off.
Yeah, so now you can now turn off your scientists. So if there's any task requirements, you don't need to use scientists anymore. So again, it's listening to your feedback about the kind of these experiences that you want in Sandbox mode, and you want to have that more instant thing of not having to worry about your scientists when you're in your Sandbox mode. And we've also, for those of you that want to use scientists, we've also made some adjustments, so now you can adjust the time at which it takes those things. So you can adjust the length of those tasks to be, if you still want the experience of doing the tasks and you kind of find that kind of rewarding, but you want to make it a bit quicker, now you can halve the time that those tasks will take.
Yeah, so. And that coupled with the time controls as well makes, at least if you put it to 10% and then turn it up to 3 times speed, that's going to go by very, very quickly. But yeah, once you turn scientists off, it will just complete as if you have scientists assigned to everything. So I think for this Ankylosaurus, I think we can incubate it just to show what that looks like. So just click select eggs on the one we've got here.
Oh,
It's a bit skittish, but I think it's going to be fine. And then click begin task, and then it will just go as is. But I see we have some Parasaurolophuses here. And from what I've been told from their status checks, they're a little bit lonely. So
these ones are all lonely.
Yeah, you can see they're lonely.
Get some more out.
So what do you think? Should we give them some friends, Lucy?
I think they deserve some friends.
Yeah, they do deserve some friends. So let's see what these look like. Got a message in chat here from Genbrienne saying the update looks amazing. Thank you, devs. Your average consumable item made with grains, says Frontier the Goat. Appreciate that. Thank you very, very much. And here we have Parasaurolophus Lux, one of 2 skins coming in the Camp Cretaceous Dinosaur Pack, and they just look absolutely incredible. I mean, personally, I think all the dinosaurs in this game look amazing, but just seeing this just looks even amazing in Anyway.
So we have 2 different types of Parasaurolophus kind of Lux skins. We have this one that's kind of the pink crest with a bit of a blue body, and then we have kind of the inverse of that one that had a blue crest and a pink body. Watching the Camp Cretaceous show, it showed there was a few different types of these Parasaurolophuses in the show, and we wanted to make sure that the players have access to the 2 different types that we've felt with a really good variation and strong visuals as well.
Mm-hmm. There was a question here what they look like in the daytime. So they don't really glow in the daytime. They mostly glow in the night. But they will still be Parasaurolophuses. They will still look pretty good because our artists have done an amazing job making them look the way they do.
Yeah, they're bioluminescents, which mean they only activate in the nighttime, as they would in the show. Dr. Henry Wu's been combining the bioluminescent animals into those genes.
Yeah, I mean, I would say a lot, if not most, of his experiments have been successful. I think this might be the most beautiful one he's done. And then, we can...
Imagine how sedate the films would be if these were what he kind of focused on more.
From what I remember from the show, these could also get a little bit, like the situations with these could get a little bit hairy as well. But in this park, all is harmony because I've made it so that they're all comfortable all the time, luckily. It's... I'm getting a lot of positivity in chat for the Parasaurolophus Lux. That's really, really amazing to see. And you will get 2 variations of Parasaurolophus Lux, one with the sort of a blue crest and the other with the pinkish purple crest as well. A lot of people saying it's so cute. And we also have the Ankylosaurus there, but our little friend our little Ankylosaurus friend needs another friend. So I think we can head to the hatchery.
That one that we conveniently incubated.
I know. And see, it just happened like that.
It's almost like there was a plan.
Yeah, and like it just happened like that because we set it up so that they would just, And as I've said many times before on these streams, this is my favorite moment. Just seeing the dinosaur come out, seeing I was going to say the lovely coloration. It's a bit more difficult to see.
Harder to notice Bumpy's colours at night.
But I think we can change it today and then have a bit of a zoom in on this bumpy-skinned Ankylosaurus. What do you think, Lucy? Do you think it looks good?
So cute.
Now, the thing about Bumpy, from the show at least, is that when Bumpy is first hatched, she's sort of, what's the phrase? She is
imprinted.
Yeah, non-symmetrical, also imprinted
she's
on
asymmetrical.
one of the
Yes,
asymmetrical. Yeah, so you can see here we brought that forward, and she's got the nice bumpy coloration as well, and the big tail club that all the Ankylosauruses have. Yeah, everyone in chat just going, Bumpy, it's all lopsided, and yeah, Bumpy, probably one of the cutest dinosaurs there is in this particular universe. We're not going to have Bumpy fight anyone on this stream. We're just going to have her and her friend walk around and enjoy life in their little enclosure here. All right, so I think we can also talk a bit about some of the quality of, some of the quality of life updates coming with this, with update 2 before we move on to things. Now I know that there's a ranger post in this park. Well, there's one there.
You will know because you made this park.
I made the park. There's one there, and then there's one on the other side.
There is, yes.
Yes. Now, as you can see, this doesn't have any, the Ranger Post 2 doesn't have anyone assigned to it. So now you can assign directly from your Ranger Post if you want to. So let's just quickly show what that looks like.
Yeah, so we wanted to add that kind of connectivity from the post as well as coming from the vehicle to a post. So we kind of connected the mechanic up both sides. So now you can go from post to vehicle as opposed to just vehicle to post. It was one of those improvements that we identified by watching the community play the game and ourselves continuing to play the game of like how else we can improve the Ranger Post functionality. So what we can do is now I can choose a Ranger team and you get now an indicator of how far away the team that you've got. You can then choose which one it is. So this one's over on the facility over there, or I can use Ranger Team 1, which is a bit further away, and that's the one over there instead. So I'm going to assign Ranger Team 2. So now Ranger Team 2 is assigned to this one. And I can do the same with the MVUs and the capture teams as well.
So when you assign an MVU, what does that do? Because this is new in this update as well.
So an MVU will come over and, Jens, I might need your help on this one because I can never remember the detail on the MVU. So it will come over and do your scans for the extra detail that they need. If they do have an illness or an ailment, it'll give you that detail if they notice it inside this radius, and will also, I believe, deal with any of those small issues that do need them to sign. Excuse me. To
They will treat injuries.
That's treat. I was trying to go. I keep trying to say the word tranquilise. I'm like, they don't tranquilise. They treat. I couldn't get the word treat out.
They will treat injuries and diseases if there are diseases in their sort of their patrol area.
It's just I kept looking at the word capture team, and I'm like, they're not capture teams. They're MVUs. They don't tranquilise. They treat. That's the word I was after. So yeah. So now your MVUs will kind of like your Ranger Post. They'll periodically make sure that the things inside your Ranger Post radiuses are automated in a way.
Yeah. So. And so, so for example, if some of your dinosaurs have the common cold, for example, the MVU team will come in, they will heal them up, make sure that they're comfortable and healthy and all that. Absolutely. If you're just joining us on the stream, my name is Jens. I'm joined by Lucy and Rich from the Jurassic World Evolution 2 live stream, and we are highlighting some of the things that are included in Update 2, which is coming on the 8th of March. So next week on Tuesday. There was a question here I saw from chat asking, will I get the dinosaurs for free in Sandbox? Or, yes, you will. Absolutely. And then if you want to, you can also turn on research and expeditions so that you can start from scratch, build your way up in a brand new, fresh Sandbox mode park as well. Right now we're talking a bit about some of the quality of life updates, and then later on we will show off some decorative items, which I'm looking forward to. I don't know about you, Lucy.
Very much so.
Very much so. You said already you were a Sandbox mode type of person, so decorating is one of the key elements, I think.
Yeah, definitely for me.
And we're also going to be looking at the first-person view, the species viewer, and we've taken a look at some of our dinosaurs. You can see our Parasaurolophus is here walking around. They will glow in the dark once night hits because they're bioluminescent. Is what I understand the phrase to be. Some other quality of life updates coming with Update 2 is some new building upgrades, new contracts. You can sell minerals directly from your expedition or research center, your science center. I wish I had some fossils. I don't.
Have fossils turned on, but yes.
The one thing I didn't prepare, unfortunately.
Yeah, again, that's one of those things of watching the community play and kind of noticing that a lot of the fossils, the interactions you have with the science centre, putting the fossils as part of the queue system, with the putting the minerals as part of the fossil queues, as part of the extraction, sometimes felt a bit unwieldy. So now you're allowed to just sell those minerals straight away. You don't have to worry about putting them in the queue anymore. So it means you're able to get that cash instantly, which is what we want all cash to be, really. No one's going to wait for
yeah,
cash.
wouldn't it be great? I mean, we have unlimited cash in this sandbox here. But also, now that we have assigned a ranger team to one of the ranger posts from before, we can check the status on a dinosaur inside that enclosure. And I think if you go a little bit down left, I was going to say with your mouse, not with the camera.
Oh, okay. Well,
just find the dinosaur.
The one that's in here.
Yeah, the one that's in here.
That's a goat. This one.
There we go. And it is none other than the Scorpius Rex, which is coming to Jurassic World Evolution 2 with the Camp Cretaceous Dinosaur Pack. I saw there was a lot of people asking, Did I miss the Scorpius Rex? Did I see the Scorpius Rex yet? Is it here? Is it here? Yes. And here she is. One thing that should be mentioned about the Scorpius Rex is that it has multiple skin and pattern colors for you to choose from when you're incubating it when you're synthesizing it and then incubating it in your hatchery. I'm not sure if I remember specifically what skin this is, but it is one of the ones that are available. It's the 2015A skin.
Yes, this one is based on one of the Scorpius Rexes that appears in the Camp Cretaceous TV show.
Yes.
So.
A lot of love for the Scorpius Rex. A lot of viewers enjoying what it looks like, how it looks, and how it moves, and all that. And it's a very terrifying creature.
Which is why you made sure to have the big walls.
Yes, I just went for the concrete walls because I figured this would be the best thing to keep this in tow. But luckily, it's very comfortable in here, so it should hopefully not break out. Because I don't want dinosaurs to just suddenly break out and cause a stir when I'm doing a live stream.
Good comfort.
Especially here. A lot of people saying Scorpius looks amazing. It's so creepy and I love it. It's like staring into the eyes of the devil, says Craftosaurus, which I can tell. Oh, there we go. That roar is also incredibly terrifying. But yeah, this is coming to Jurassic World Evolution 2 with the Camp Cretaceous Dinosaur Pack on the 8th of March. We're not going to have her fight anything, but she might eat a goat right about now. No?
Just going for a drink, you know.
Yeah. Sometimes you're so thirsty, you just
make
need
sure
to
you're
run
hydrated
for the water.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we can talk a bit about some decorations. Because there's some new decorations coming, Rich.
There is, yes.
So if you can go ahead and click the decorations button for me and show off the new, because we have a new lovely decorations UI.
Yes, so kind of one of the great problems you have in a game is when you add so much content that the UI you built originally doesn't really work anymore. It would have worked functionally, but it's not very usable, and it would have been really clunky for people to kind of go through some of the decorations that we all had.
Like
it's a lot to scroll through. So we created a new UI to handle all of these new decorations that we added, so that there's a way for you to see all of them in a lot easier way, and also kind of cycle through them as well. So, am I putting down anything I want, Jens?
I think, well, first off, I think we can start with the one thing I think a lot of people want to see now that they've seen the Scorpius, and that is the individually placeable trees.
Okay.
So we've got a lot of trees here. Do you have a favorite tree, Lucy?
I like a large tree. I think large tree 1.
Large tree 1 is pretty good. Because we've got, so nicely done on that tree placement there. I think it needs a friend on the other side. Another happy little tree. Good, very good. 2 happy trees framing this entranceway here. And so the thing about the individually placed trees is that there will now be, they will come in different sizes and be linked to the environment that you're playing on in your park, in your sandbox mode. So there's large, medium, small, and bushy, if I'm remembering correctly. Right. And then there's some variations therein. So small tree 1, small tree 2, etc. And with this being the Nublar 2015 map, they are tropical trees, and so they will be made to sort of fit into the environment that you're playing on. I mean, I would like as many happy little trees as we can get in this entrance area here. We're also adding in some new planters for you to place out, and all of these can be placed out pretty much anywhere in your park as long as you're not overlapping with. As long as you're not overlapping with other things.
Right.
I got to say, this is nicely done, Rich. I'm impressed.
I've been known to be artistic in my time.
Exactly, that's why I'm impressed.
I just keep it for special occasions, like live streams to celebrate new updates with things in them.
And what's also really cool about the individually placeable trees is that if you place them inside a enclosure, they will add to the forest needs of your dinosaurs. So, I mean, it's going to be tricky, I think, filling it all the way up with just single trees, but you could do that if you want to. So I think, we also have some...
Sorry, I got distracted with my little trees.
It's pretty good. I mean, look at this. All right, chat. What do you think? Does this look good?
Don't get chat to judge me.
Yes, no, thumbs up. It's all right. It's good. So we not only do we have decorations, but we also have some facility items. We have banners, we have fountains, just a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah, I love some of the new fountains we've added.
Yeah, not emergency food says very good. People saying it looks beautiful, it looks cool. Your entryway looks amazing. See, I mean, people love to see it.
Yeah, so I'm going to keep decorating this part. Undecided. I'm going to some little birds.
I like this. We can let's just do an hour of Rich decorates the park. How about that? No?
But I'm not very good at it because I just sit here silently. I'm like the worst for this. Like,
well, yeah, so you've got a lot of new different style of planters. Rich is placing down a couple of amber planters. Of course, eagle-eyed viewers can see that there is a Spinosaurus skeleton, actually ringing this fountain right here.
This is where they died. They were locked in battle.
Yeah, they were circling each
other.
They were
just circling each other forever.
With like just the size of a fountain between them.
Yeah, neither of them realized they could have gone the other way, but
yeah, and some of these are era specific, and some of them are sort of cross era, as it were. So some of them. This is a sandbox park with mixed eras, so we have access to everything. But yeah, some of them are world themed, some of them are Jurassic Park themed. And some are more DFW themed, like these facility decorations.
That's right.
Here.
Do you want me to do we have a facility area, Jens, that you want me to embellish?
We do have something of a facility area. If you go more left, or northwest. Northwest. There we go. Left.
Left and up.
Yeah. So I've built this staff area here, and I've taken the liberty of placing out some of these as well. So we've got concrete barriers, we've got some shipping containers, we've got some tents and different things, all sort of meant to fit in with, I think they're meant to fit in with more like DFW style buildings, but most of this is built with the Jurassic World theme, and so they will fit in with essentially everything, in my opinion.
We do have a couple, like the ones which is placing down now. I think that blue one is Jurassic World. If you were playing era specific, I think that one would be available to you. And I think that wooden one is actually Jurassic Park.
Oh.
So we try to have like a bit of a mix so that whatever you're playing, you've got a bit of facility and you've got a bit of park-based stuff as well.
Yeah, and all the details about this will be in the patch notes when we release them on March 8th. But yeah, it doesn't take much to just add some additional detail to your park by adding in some of these stationary decorations, like the containers, like the vehicles, and like the crates, things like that as well. There are also, I think, if you nicely done, very well done.
Thank you.
And I think if you zoom out and you head over, there should be an aviary here as well, where I've placed down some new perch points for our flying reptiles. So these are also from the decorations menu. Should be, yep, there we go. Aviary perch point, large and small. So they can now perch on rocks, and they will be able to perch on these points as well as the viewing galleries. So you have, a bit more flexibility, a bit more creativity when it comes to building out your parks and your aviaries.
Yeah, we wanted to add a bit more verticality for the perch options for the pteranodons and the other flying reptiles we have in the game. So we as Jen said, we had the rocks and we had the kind of the edges of the viewing gallery, but we noticed that there was kind of a gap in something that was like simple and vertical that you could place around things like your water bodies and try and give those extra things for them to land on.
And it feels like a very natural thing to have in a park like this as well, because like if you go to anywhere you would see birds in like big aviaries, they would have these sort of constructed things to land on. So I think they look really, really good.
Yeah, it's almost like a zoo. Like
very close to it. Yeah, I mean you are building a dinosaur park in order to house all these creatures and all that. So now they can sit and rest and get some stamina back. And I also see a lot of people in chat really like the aviary perch points. So we hit the nail on the head, which is great. And but yeah, so it's nice to have these extra. I think it's nice to have these extra options. And I lost my train of thought, but that is fine. So there have also been, so I've also placed down another sort of area to the left, to the right of one of those hatcheries there. If you, here we go. Yeah, if you zoom in here, I've also put down some cages here that some of you may recognize from the Jurassic Park era of films.
There's a wide array of cages in the Jurassic films. We noticed in the research. There's different types of cage. I didn't realize you could have so many different types of cage, but there you go.
I mean, I feel like you need one for, if not for every species of dinosaur, for every, what's the phrase? Clade or group? Genus. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. So I made this little area here where there's some cages in case there's some transport needs. It should be mentioned that these are mainly for decoration. You won't be able to stick your dinosaurs in them, but I do think also they add a lot to the parks where you place them. And if you go in the top right corner there.
Sorry, I'm just in a row of cages.
We also have the return of the raptor paddock. And I like that the palm trees sort of sway in the breeze because it looks like there's raptors in there.
The raptor paddock will not hold your raptors, though.
Yes. As with the cages, these are decorative.
Yeah.
But if you want to try to build an as accurate Jurassic Park as you can, now you can add in the raptor paddock.
Yeah. The amount of area that the velociraptors in the game need, that we found in Jurassic Park, it must be really deep. I'm not really sure how they got so many velociraptors into this small area in the film, but it is a decorative piece. It's one that you can kind of use to embellish those parts of your park that you're theming using the Jurassic Park building sets to kind of give you that kind of recreation of what's going on. So.
I like to think of it in the sense that the Velociraptor paddock was made mainly to sort of hold them for the time being while they were building out sort of a bigger area for them. At least that's my own personal headcanon.
Theory, yeah.
But because if I remember correctly from the film, when they go to Jurassic Park, it's not finished yet. They have some of the exhibits are done, but I feel like this was sort of the holding area.
Good
and they were dangerous, as we saw from the film as well, so they needed to be held somewhere. But yeah, this is the Velociraptor paddock, and because the reason why I wanted to show it off is because I knew people would want to see it, and saw a couple of skeptics in chat saying, "Oh, we're probably going to see it on this stream." Here you are.
There you go.
Proved you wrong.
Jens saw you coming. He was like.
Alrighty, but if you want to, because you can zoom in pretty closely to these decorations, right? But if you want to take an even closer look, there is now a first-person view.
I wonder how
could you quickly break this down for us?
Sure. So you can access it from the left-hand menu, the build menu there, at the bottom, and it then takes you into sort of a map view, so you can pick anywhere in your park to plop yourself down. And where's he going to pick?
The technical term is pop yourself down.
Pop
yourself down.
I mean, if you're British, it's definitely the correct term.
So then once you're on the ground, you can walk around your park as if you're an actual person, you're at human height, and you can walk up to buildings and you can see there's some sort of interaction there. So any viewing building, any viewing with that sort of show view button on their UI, you'll be able to enter straight into the view as if you've walked into the viewing gallery yourself. And zoom in.
Oh, you can even zoom in and out. That's nice.
And then when you exit back out of that, you come back out of where you've just come into. And you can walk around your park as if you're the actual park manager now. We've added some, like a high speed, a low view, so you can crouch down if you want. There's also a light, so when it's dark and you're in a dinosaur enclosure.
No, it's fine. Just set it to set it to nighttime, so we'll see what this looks like. It's really, really cool.
Yeah.
It almost makes it look sort of like survival horror game.
it's quite terrifying. If you're in there with the Scorpius Rex.
Oh, there we go.
Exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah. And if you want to, you can just pop yourself into one of the dinosaur enclosures and get a real up close and personal. I don't think I would do this in real life.
No.
But in the game, it's safe.
Yeah,
it's okay.
It lets you really see the complete scale of the dinosaurs, because you forget that they're actually huge when you look at them top down all the time.
Now Rich just has to find the.
Hiya.
Well, there's the goat. So yeah, if you're just joining us, we are demoing the new first-person view coming to Jurassic World Evolution 2 in free update 2 on March 8th. And Rich is now running around.
Can't find the Scorpius Rex.
Running around in the grass trying to find the Scorpius Rex. There it is.
Okay.
It's tricky because I think I made the.
Oh, it's 'cause
she's sleeping.
Hiya.
I like to think that I woke up because you shone the light in her face, but I think she just decided to wake up.
Yeah. But yeah, if you if you walk up to any enclosure gates, they'll open for you, so you can kind of role play as like a park ranger sort of thing, going and inspecting the dinosaurs. If you go up to a ranger jeep, you can jump in. So
I didn't know that the gates would open for you. No. That's really cool. I hadn't known about that. I think also if you, it's like you can walk up to your buildings and they will automatically activate, and then you will be put back into first-person view. So if you want to, you could play, I guess not every part of the game, but most parts of the game in the first-person view. Yeah,
you can definitely walk around and enter like the management UIs of a lot of the buildings, like the guest amenities and the operations buildings, and play a lot of the game like that if you're feeling like you're sort of walking around monitoring your park as a manager.
Yeah.
And then you can do the ranger, the MVU, the capture team. That can all be done via walking up to the building and jumping in the helicopter.
So cool.
It's just super cool. And when you leave the vehicle, it will leave you where you are in the enclosure, as if you've just got out.
Yeah. So like if we jump out of the gyrosphere here, we will just wrong one. I think if you drive the gyrosphere.
Right, sorry, I was just going from
and we got the Parasaurolophus is all aglow again, which is nice. There was a question here from Osric. Did you remember to close the gate on the Scorpius, Rich?
It will close automatically behind me, he said with complete confidence.
Yeah, I think we're good. Yeah, it's closed. We're good for now.
It's good to check. Thank you very much for checking.
But it's a good idea. Thank you, Osric, for checking that.
Yeah, that's why it's my favourite thing that we're adding in Update 2, just because we've added a lot of interactivity as well. You can do so much from that view. You can experience your parks from a whole different perspective. It's been really great to add that.
Yeah, I think if you go to the first-person view again and then just place it down near the entrance. There we go. So you can just walk up and look at your decorations, look at your trees. Look at your Spinosaurus skeleton and fountains and all that stuff. I think you can even walk up to the monorail and just click enter. There's one right behind you, yeah. You can even just walk up to the monorail, click enter, and once you're in the monorail and you exit out, I think it should, see? It just puts you inside the monorail. And then once you exit it, it should put you where it's supposed to go, or in one of the other ones.
No, traveled across the map.
Yeah. Almost like fast travel. It's amazing. Josh says, just wanted to say it's a good park. Thank you very much. Paleo Boot just says, wow. Lewis from YouTube says, I'm in love. Love to hear that. Fam, that's beautiful, says Rushanicus from Twitch chat as well. So it looks like people are very happy to see this update. But I think the nighttime view with the flashlight is one of the cooler things, because when I first saw this, I didn't think it was going to be added, and then Rich demoed it to us, and I just thought, yes, excellent. That is the attention to detail that I like to see. And then you can just walk up to a hatchery, synthesize a dinosaur, walk up to any building. You can walk up to the hotel and just jump into the hotel view. If we can find the entrance, I think it's right there. Yeah. And then there we are, looking right at a hatchery. So I think I placed this hotel.
Look at this wonderful container they've got.
Yeah, I mean it's like when you go on holiday and it's like a lovely beachside view, but then it's like it's a beach view. If you lean out the window, you know.
It's just over there.
And and next to the aviary that Rich walked by is also one of the new signs. I put up an aviary sign right next to there, and one of the amber planters. That's just Yeah. So, and then the banners along the road as well is one of the new decorations, and we've shown several of these, but there's also more to discover once we roll out the free update. I think in total there's around 30 to 40 pieces, I think.
Yeah, that does sound right. I think there's over 40 decoration pieces individually, plus there's the placeable trees as well. So there's lots of new things for players to decorate in their parks.
All right, yeah, that's great. I saw there was a question asking what the pillars inside the aviary is. Those are aviary perch points, which is being added in free update 2, and it's basically places where your flying reptiles can land and regain some of their stamina. But I think right now they are probably sleeping somewhere. Yeah, well, yeah, there's one right there.
Just chilling.
Just chilling, just sleeping. It's always interesting to me that flying reptiles and birds always sleep with their sort of beak under their wing.
Yeah.
It doesn't look comfortable, but I guess it's just how they've done it.
Yeah.
And all right, well, I think unless we want to go explore some more in the first-person view, or Rich just wants to build some more decorations.
Build some decorations.
Yeah. But yeah, so we showed off the planters, the amber stuff. We showed off the banners, some new signs in there. I mean, I'm sure this is getting screenshotted and posted to Reddit as we speak. And if not, then I think I just gave them. Yeah. Now I definitely gave them the idea to do it. But I think we can
just
jump
in case people
out.
are getting lost.
Sorry?
Just in case people are getting lost.
Yeah, I mean, it's important to show them where the aviary is, you know? Or they might get confused and think that everything's an aviary.
Oh, didn't think of that, did I?
Yeah, I mean, you gotta think these things through, Rich.
I never do, Jens.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Well, yeah, and then place these out pretty much anywhere you want in your parks. Place out all the individual trees you want, and
I'm sure that the community will do a lot.
I can't
way
wait.
more better stuff than I can ever do in a few minutes thinking off the top of my head.
can't wait to see what people do with this. I am persistently blown away by the things that our players and the content creators are able to make with the pieces that we give them in Jurassic World Evolution 2. And then so come release of all this, I think we're going to see some amazing builds and some amazing parks and enclosures. And here you can see the 2 Parasaurolophus Lux skins that we're adding in the Camp Cretaceous Dinosaur Pack. And another way to get a good up-close and personal look at your dinosaurs is to use the new Species Viewer, which we are adding with Update 2. So we're going to have to exit out to the main menu. Yeah, please save it.
Good save etiquette.
Thank you very much, Rich. I appreciate it.
It's okay.
And we will jump into the Species Viewer. And Lucy, why don't you talk us through it?
Yeah, sure. So the Species Viewer, you can access it from the main menu. So it's in the top bar at the above once we get there. On the right. Yep. And you can go in here and just really get up close and personal with your dinosaurs. Go and look at all of the dinosaurs that you've got. I think we have everything unlocked by default, except for including all of the skins and variants and colours and everything.
I think maybe
except
challenge.
for the challenge mode skins.
So I think we can take a look.
Which dinosaur would you like to look at? Do you have one in mind?
I have one in mind. I think I want to see Ichthyosaurus.
Ichthyosaurus.
There we go. And so from here, we can basically choose any skin we want, choose any skin color we want, choose any pattern color we want, and just see how it all looks, basically.
Yeah.
And I think it's it's a good way to understand how the different color combinations will look, and you can also play through some animations. You can make sure you can adjust the lighting and all that stuff as well. So
yeah, you can like pause the animation as well if you want to catch a specific moment where it's being super cute.
It's really hard for me to find a super cute.
Yeah, maybe this is the best example, but
I mean the Ichthyosaurus is generally a very cute
Yeah, it's always cute.
marine reptile, in my opinion, at least. You can also adjust the lighting as you see fit.
Yeah, we've got the colour grading there as well, so if you want to see how it might have looked if it was in the Jurassic Park film, it's got that sort of warmer tone colour grading to it.
So now you can very quickly basically pick out your favorite combination of skin and pattern colours. I mean, I think they all look really good, but I'm sure there are people who have their favourites out there. Question in chat from Royal Comic Crushers. Is everything unlocked for Sandbox mode? Yes, with Update 2, which is the update that we are demoing right now. Everything will be, well, everything. All dinosaurs and buildings and building upgrades will be unlocked, and dinosaur skins, except for challenge mode skins, will be unlocked in Sandbox mode. You can just jump in and begin playing in Sandbox from the jump if you want to. All right. I think next up.
Did you have another dinosaur for the species?
I do.
viewer?
It's another reptile. It's a flying one.
Oh, is it the geostern bird?
Yes, it is, because I wanted to see what, because you can do that with all the animals in the game. You can bring them up in the species viewer, check out some of their skins, check out how they look when they fly, when they walk, when they run. I mean, they don't all fly, obviously. And oh, that's a very good color combination.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite ones.
So flying, takeoff, landing, sleeping. I think that's the takeoff. Yeah.
I think that top right is like a preen or a rest preen. So if you, with all the dinosaurs, you might get some of the cute like rolling around ones, or when they sort of nuzzle in the ground. So it's super cute.
Yeah, there we go. I like it. And then there's an idle animation, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then we have like, I think it's like fly and soar, I think. Flying and then like kind of going up as well.
All right. Sorry, just looking at my notes very, very quickly, looking at chat. Someone asking, can we see the Scorpius Rex? We did show it earlier, but I think we can, afterwards, we can jump back into the Sandbox mode to show it off a bit more. But
don't forget one of my favorite features in the species view. Yeah.
Yes, I was about to get to it, because there is another dinosaur that I want to show off. If you could show me the Monolophosaurus.
Monolophosaurus. This one.
I didn't trip over my words this time, which was great.
Do you know why you know what it's called? Because you've been using the handy pronunciation feature we've added as part of the species viewer.
Thank you very much, Rich. So if you...
Seamless segue.
Very, very good. But yeah, so as with the Scorpius Rex, the Monolophosaurus comes with all kinds of different skin and pattern colors, including, is the 2015 skin meant to be how it looks in the show?
Yeah, because the TV show is kind of set in and around the events of Jurassic World, which happened in around 2015. Mm-hmm. That's what we've called the skins of that kind of TV show, because we follow a year convention for all of the other film-related franchise ones. So anything from Camp Cretaceous is generally marked as a 2015 one. Yep. So this is the one from that looks like from the TV show. So obviously we have a different graphic style to the Camp Cretaceous TV show. It's a cartoon. We're not a cartoon, so we kind of took their version of this dinosaur and kind of modified it ever so slightly so it kind of fits in with our art style a bit more. So we've added a lot more detail on the crest that you might not have seen in the cartoon show, for instance. But
I was going to ask, is it tricky to adapt some of those skins and appearances?
Yes, honestly, it's especially because it's just the art styles are just so different, and although we get a lot of useful assets and reference and notes from Universal and the team at DreamWorks that worked on Camp Cretaceous, there's still a lot of work that has to be done by the Jurassic World Evolution 2 team to make it kind of fit that art style that we have of the more realistic kind of real life effect that the dinosaurs are. So we work a lot on the texturing and the detail and making sure that it feels like a living creature, as opposed to kind of a slightly simpler cartoon style, as it were. So,
yeah,
it looks beautiful in the show, but
I was about to say, like, it looks great in the show, but because
it'd be quite jarring if it looked a bit like that in this art style. It'd be there, but not really appropriate.
It's a matter of aesthetics.
Yeah, exactly.
Because our aesthetics is different from theirs, but they will still look their best within their respective aesthetics.
Exactly.
I think this is the preen animation, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, or the sitting one is really cute.
Can we see the sitting one?
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. So if you, for example, I know that a lot of players out there really like the way the Carnotaurus sits. So if you just want to see the Carnotaurus sit a lot, then the species viewer is for you. But yeah, you mentioned also previously there's a handy pronunciation guide. I think you just click Control or click the.
Yeah. So we have obviously it's written out, so you can stumble over those divide if you want, help you practice. But also, yes, if you press the button.
Monolophosaurus.
Now I can't hear.
No, but
I can't hear anything.
Our producer gave us a thumbs up, so that means that people heard it.
But I've been having lots of fun kind of practicing my pronunciation of all these dinosaurs, because as much as we try to get these right, this has been really handy for those on the team, just to make sure we're saying these amazing creatures' names properly, because they're not all simple. Some of them are quite wordy, but it's been great to add that. And it was, as well, for me, the objective of this is not just giving you, you guys and the people that play the game, a nice kind of a gallery, a museum of the dinosaurs we have in the game, but also slightly a bit of education as well, kind of a bit of the science of what these are. So part of that was the pronunciation. So.
Do you sometimes practice the dinosaur pronunciations?
You do have to every now and then. Yeah.
I feel like that's the kind of game that sort of demands that sort of training.
Definitely, and when you're speaking to Universal as well, you don't want to sort of mispronounce their babies.
So I don't know if you do this, but for my sort of trick, at least of the what I do, at least, is I just try to get a running start into it, and that's sort of, then it just sort of rolls off the tongue.
Monolophosaurus.
Yeah, you can't just look at it and go like, oh, no, you just have to go Monolophosaurus.
Yeah.
And then if you slur it a little bit, it's fine.
Everyone knows what you mean if you get the first couple of syllables right.
Yeah. What trips me up sometimes is I hear different pronunciations. So I think throughout the stream I've said both Ankylosaur and Ankylosaur.
Yeah.
And so unfortunately I'm a bit broken.
Yeah, we have a few like that divide the team, or we all think it's pronounced a certain way, and then our dialogue manager comes in and says, actually, I've done loads of really good research on it, and it's actually this, and we all have to adapt and start saying things you want.
The Minmi in the early Cretaceous pack was one that divided like most of the team, because it looks like it's written Minmi.
Minmi,
it's not, you don't say it that way. And when James Stant told us, no, we've been doing it all wrong, it was like, oh, but it looks like it's Minmi. It's like, no, Minmi. I'm like, okay.
So if you are just joining us, my name is Jens. I'm part of the community team here at Frontier. I'm joined by Lucy Hicks, producer on Jurassic World Evolution 2, and Rich Newbold, game director on Jurassic World Evolution 2, showcasing some of the things that you will be able to play around with in update number 2, which is coming out on March 8th. And we're also giving you a little tiny sneak peek at some of the new dinosaurs and new skins coming to Jurassic World Evolution 2 in the Camp Cretaceous Dinosaur Pack, also coming March 8th. And I think there's a couple of people who missed out on the Scorpius Rex the first time around.
Do you want me to bring it up in the species viewer?
I think, let's just bring her up in the species viewer. And so this is the species viewer, where you can have a look at all the dinosaurs and reptiles in the game and see what they look like. You can adjust the lighting, position, rotation, height, etc. Adjust the color grading. You can also play through some short looped animations in order to see what they all look like. And the Chicken Gamer says this is the best update ever. The Park Insider was really happy about the first pattern that the Scorpius Rex had on. I think it's fun to see, because like the Scorpius has a very specific color style in the show, and so when you then bring it into this game, you sort of open it up more with these other color combinations of skin and pattern colors. Like this one, for example. I mean, it's still the same terrifying dinosaur, but now it can look even more fabulous.
Yeah.
There was well done on making something so weird looking look so cool was something in chat. I mean, it is a hybrid experiment, and I think in universe it was deemed too frightening to be put in front of people. I mean, what was the phrase for the Indominus Rex? This will give the parents nightmares. This will give your grandfather nightmares, I think. So yeah, so after the release of Update 2 and the Camp Cretaceous Dinosaur Pack, you could absolutely have sort of a little Camp Cretaceous area or two of your parks. And so yeah, you can go through all these different kinds of animations, which is what Rich is doing now. I think before we roll out of here, I think if you bring up the Ankylosaurus for me, so people can have a bit of...
I don't know why I'm scrolling. I just use the categories. It'd be way easier.
Yeah, you can also sort by categories, and because people wanted to have a bit of a look at Bumpy again.
So make sure I get the right
There
one.
we go. And there's Bumpy.
I keep putting it into the night. There we go. That's what I need to do.
There we go.
There we go.
Nice. So included in the Camp Cretaceous Dinosaur Pack is 2 new dinosaurs, the Scorpius Rex and Monolophosaurus, 2 dinosaur variants for the Kentrosaurus and the Ouranosaurus, and then 8 skins for... let me count them. There's for Parasaurolophus, there's 2 for Parasaurolophus, there's 1 for Ankylosaurus, there's 3 for Baryonyx, there's 1 for Carnotaurus, there's 1 for the T-Rex, and I think that's everything.
I think that is, yes. So all of those are from Camp Cretaceous. But
and
yes,
you will get to see the rest of them when the Camp Cretaceous Dinosaur Pack launches on the 8th of March, because we've shown off some of them today. But we're going to leave some of them for you to discover later on when we do the launch stream for the pack come Tuesday. But yeah, there's Bumpy, and I think we can also just check out the Parasaurolophus Lux at the end there. For people who came in late and didn't see it when we were showing it off earlier, right here in the species viewer. So there's Lux 1 and Lux 2, which... oh no, do we have to... Ah, there we go.
I just had to move the sun.
Yeah, you have to make it night.
I had to make it nighttime.
Remove the sun.
Yeah. I have the power. I can just move the sun.
Incredible work, says the great Tote Master. Yeah, if you want to see the rest, you're gonna have to come back on Tuesday for the launch stream. We're gonna leave some of these things up for you to discover later on. But yeah, there's Parasaurolophus Lux 1 and 2. One with a bit of a pinkish crest, one with a bit of a blue crest, and they look absolutely incredible, in my opinion. Dino Nerd says, I really can't wait. So there's a lot of love for these skins, a lot of love for this update, and a lot of love for the upcoming DLC in the chat, which is great to see. There's a lot we've gone through today, and so we're going to try to summarize it succinctly into one bit before we sign off here. So we talked about all the sandbox changes that are coming. So all dinosaurs and buildings are unlocked by default. You can disable scientists. You can turn on expeditions and research mechanics in sandbox mode, which I know a lot of you are looking forward to. You will get over around 40 new placeables for like decorative pieces, so both facility pieces and decoration pieces. Some of them are area specific, some of them sort of straddle multiple areas eras, as it were. So depending on if you play with mixed eras or just a specific era in general. We're adding in individually placeable trees. We're adding in first person view. We're adding in a species viewer, which is what you're seeing in front of you right now. And we're also adding in various quality of life improvements, and you'll be able to read more about them in our announcement post, which can be found on our forums. And if our moderators can share the link to that in the chat, that would be fantastic, because you can find it on our forums, basically. And I think the main question right now is, when is all this coming out? Well, March 8th, we're releasing Update 2 and the Camp Cretaceous Dinosaur Pack at... I've cleared this with people above me. I just had to double check. Our planned release for this is at 2 p.m. on Tuesday. And we will also do a launch stream for this I think we're planning it for about an hour later, so around 3, we'll be checking out everything from the Camp Cretaceous pack. I can't hear what you're saying, Mr. Producer. You have to send me a message. So yeah, our planned release right now is 2 p.m. on Tuesday, GMT. Thank you, Adam. I keep forgetting what the time zone is, so I just assume everyone knows we're in the UK, right?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you're British. I'm not, but I sound a bit like it sometimes. I don't know. So yeah, March 8th at 2 p.m. is our planned release right now for the for Update 2, which is free, and the Camp Cretaceous Dinosaur Pack, which is a paid DLC, which will cost £7.99 or $9.99 or €9.99, and will be available on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox, same as the update. Whew.
Well
All
done.
right. Thank you
You're
very
okay,
much.
Jens. That was a lot of. That was a good recap. You got a good. You got the pricing out, the date. You did good.
Thank you very much, both of you. I appreciate it. It's very handy that I have my list of notes here, that I have to tab between 3 different Chrome tabs in order to read everything. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this live stream. And I want to say thank you to everyone out there for watching and for joining us for this stream. Thank you so very much to you, Lucy, for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
First stream,
Yeah.
over and done with.
Yeah.
How did it feel? How does it feel?
Yeah, feels good.
Yeah? That's good to know.
Loads of fun.
Yeah, we would love to have you back later on as well to talk about either free updates or to talk about other things.
Yeah, I would love to.
And thank you, of course, to Rich as well for steering, as it were, for controlling
For driving.
For driving. Thank you very much for controlling the sandbox and everything, showing off everything. And thank you to our moderators over on Twitch and on YouTube for moderating. You are absolute gems, all of you mods. And we will see everyone next week for the launch of the Camp Cretaceous Dinosaur Pack. But until then, from myself and from Lucy and from Rich, bye-bye for now.